Yeah, baby.
Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to Barflies Podcast, episode 13.
The Baker's Dozen.
The Baker's Dozen. I like that. What does that mean?
Just means an extra one on top. It's like a baker's term, obviously, but it just means 13.
I'm happy to go with that.
Yeah.
Joined always today by my good friend, comrade Alexander Russell. Look, first thing we've got to address off the back, champs.
We had champions. I'm gladly. I'm happily. Hence the shirt. My friend got this for me for Chris Kringle last year.
Great present.
Great present and a great time to bust it out. A bit of humble pie. We had to eat a bit of humble pie. Many people on this podcast, many people in general, critics, this podcast, well, me, about the Australian team's performance in the T20 World Cup.
Mitchell Marsh.
He's one of those guys where you're for so long, he's a good bloke, you can tell, but you're just like, oh.
He's just not.
Cricketing wise, I don't think he's at that level.
Okay.
But geez, he showed us this World Cup.
He showed us, and no better time to crack out the Australian cricket jersey.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to unpack from the World Cup, so
we'll get back into it. We'll circle back later in the
into it at the end. That's where we'll do that, because honestly, we could do a whole episode on the World Cup. To be fair.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty easily. I watched the first 10 overs the other night, and then I just got too tired and woke up, and I was like, wow. Because New Zealand were batting pretty passively, I would say, for the first sort of 10 overs.
Yeah, Kane Williamson took charge. Yeah.
He did. Anyway, we'll circle back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
We won't bore you with
there's a lot to unpack.
T20. Yeah.
That'll be pretty much the whole back page segment.
Yeah,
will be the
well, there's no other sport going on at the moment anyway.
Yeah, well, there's basketball, but no big kind of eye-catching event.
Not too much going on in Australia.
No, not right now.
Sonny's on the pod today. Big weekend for you.
Yeah, I'm a bit bounced. I don't know if you can tell by my voice. Projection is not really at a high.
Okay.
Yeah, just a big couple days just rolling into each other.
Yep.
Yeah, a mix of work and play as well. So exams, having exams, finish that on Wednesday. Then obviously having heaps of late nights, and then it's all kind of caught up.
And then also
and then
working as well.
Working, and then pretty much a 4 or 5 day bender.
Yeah.
Into today where it's kind of hit me at once.
Yeah.
So
it happens, dude.
I've been fresher.
Yeah, it happens when it really catches up to you when you go to work and then you go out after work.
Yeah,
you back up the next day for work again.
That's what happened last night. I had work on yesterday, and then we had a work event last night, and yeah.
Do you reckon I could find the voice memo you sent me on Saturday?
Yeah, on Sunday.
When was it?
On Sunday, Arvo.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Long story short, on Saturday night guy, the whole weekend, he just was kind of, he was driving the bus, honestly.
Yeah.
He was driving the bus.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to say.
If you can find the memo, you can find it. If you can't, you can't. I can't really remember what I said.
I think I'll play, if it's fucked, I'll edit it out, but I'll play it. All right, ready? All right. Fuck, I found it. Ready?
Okay.
Night guy was fucking running the show last night. It was fucked. Mate, he absolutely had his way with Day Guy. He had his absolute way with him. He had Day Guy fucking chained up in a fucking dungeon somewhere, and Night Guy was going, well, I'm out. I'm here. Hello world.
And then this was backed up into...
And you know what? I'm not proud of it either. It was I was like, you are a fucking idiot. But it was pretty funny.
So Night Guy...
Long story short, Night Guy was out this weekend.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
Dribbly voice messages. But
that does, yeah. Look.
Not surprising.
Was that the morning after? Was that Sunday morning? It must have been.
Nah, yeah, it was Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Just a big weekend. needless to say, I probably could do with a weekend in this weekend.
Yeah, will it happen?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't matter what you say on Monday, Tuesday, because come Thursday, Friday,
It's a different beast.
it's a different man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I could... speaking of beers and getting back on the beers, good segue.
Hair of the dog.
I just saw it. Bob looked at me a bit weird on the beer cover. He's staring at me intensely. We got Hawke's Lager.
Recommended by a good friend of the show, Matt.
Matt Mamo. Oh, are we saying last names?
We are now.
Yeah, too late for it. Oh, yeah.
Was research done about this beer? Fucking no.
No.
It wasn't.
No.
The, you know,
I know it's a New South Wales beer.
we're clutching at straws on today's pod.
Yeah.
We,
This was my job, but I was unable to fulfill it in my current mental
state.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Matt likes the ale, the pale ale.
That's
That's
delicious.
fucking
That's
good.
very good.
It's quite sweet is sweet the right word? It's quite hoppy for a lager, but it's nice. I mean, I will be drinking this again after my one sip.
That's pretty... I'm going to mind this, actually.
We were at the Marley one night with the
Yeah.
Bally Boys, and Matt saw it on tap for the first time ever. And he
How'd you
started
go?
screaming at the bartender like, I've been looking for this everywhere. Bartender,
little things. It's the
Bartender,
little things,
bartender
you know?
just gave me the most blank look at.
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
so unimpressed.
Fucking idiot.
We were being very
Wait,
mature that night as
What
well.
did you do
So
this weekend?
I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Bart?
I've got nothing exciting to report.
Yeah.
I was literally here the entire weekend. I had maybe 2 beers total.
Wow. That's, good effort.
I mean, it's all right. It is what it is. I was like, the one rule I have at work is like, if you're at work on a Saturday, you don't look at Instagram stories.
That's a good call.
But I was also like so deprived of like just human connection amongst my friends. I missed my mates.
Yeah,
so
that's fair enough.
I was scrolling. I was putting myself in the hole.
Oh,
But I woke up Sunday morning, Sunday morning, and I was kind of like happy that I felt great,
yeah.
knowing how bad everyone else must have been
Abysmal.
feeling.
Well, yeah. I felt terrible on Sunday. Gone out Saturday because we had cricket. So this was kind of one of the nights this
Great
was on
job.
Saturday night. That was the night where we let the dogs out a little bit.
Yeah.
Cricket guys had cricket, won cricket.
So I spoke to you on the phone on Saturday morning, and you said to me, quote, I'll be having 1 beer and going home.
When did I say that?
When EJ was in the car with me.
Oh, yeah, I was lying.
Well, how's this from EJ as well? After we hang up the phone, he goes, oh, do you call Xander Z? And I go, yeah. Like a few of his mates do.
Yeah.
And EJ goes, he's going to have to get a new nickname. I'm like, why? EJ goes, oh, I cut my finger. And when they did the surgery on it, they had to do it in a Z shape. So now I've got a scar. So now my new nickname is Big Z. So Xander's going to have to find a new one.
Oh, damn.
And I said, we're just dropping, the nickname Xander's had for the last decade.
Yeah, we're just
because you got a
dropping it
cut on
now.
your finger.
And also, you can't give yourself a nickname, EJ. You can't. It can't be done. It's just not.
We's changed it as well in like the group chat to Big Z as well.
Yeah, you can't give yourself a nickname unless it's something funny. But that's just like, you can't do it. You can't do it.
No.
They're spawned naturally and organically. The best ones are, and you just got to respect the process.
I haven't really ever had a nickname. You're a man of many a nickname.
Yeah, I've got a lot.
The name you're most known by, Xander, is a nickname.
Is a nickname. Yeah, I got a lot. I got heaps. Some people, I think, because especially I know you don't, but at my school, anyway, like boys' school, it was just like everyone in the year had a nickname pretty much. Like everyone.
None of us did. None of
Really?
our mates did. Really.
Yeah. Some people had multiple. Like me
You have
and
multiple.
others have just heaps. And it's weird because you get like, you could see 2 people at the same time and they'll call you a different name.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, but who's the real me, There's so many nicknames. They're each a different person.
Are you having an identity
Yeah,
crisis?
they're each a different person, each nickname.
What's Night Guy called?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he is. He'd probably be... I'm not sure.
Is he the worst version of yourself?
In some ways. In some ways the best and in some ways the worst.
Yeah.
You know?
He's definitely the most fun.
Yeah, he's pretty fun. Yeah.
He has a good time.
Yeah. Let's move on from Night Guy because we've literally spent the first 10 minutes speaking about Night Guy.
Well, we do most weeks.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Should we hit the Q&As first?
Yeah, why not?
You know what? Get amongst the Q&As because we got a few.
Why not?
Cody's dying to tell me one. He said, don't look at Instagram. One of the Q&As is a good story. I want to tell you on the pod.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I will start, though, with this one from last week.
Okay, go.
I'm
ready.
This is in response to our nugget dissection from last week.
Someone messaged in.
Aiden messaged in. He said, I can confirm that the underappreciated skill of nuggeting is still being practiced today with a number of schoolyard delinquents keeping the art form alive. I noticed it on 2 occasions this year at my prac in Newcastle, one in Year 7, the other a Year 11, where I gave the perpetrator a sly nod of approval before he performed the infamous double nugget.
Oh, double nug?
The pencil case and the bag.
Oh, you dirty dog.
This was all done within 2 to 3 minutes tops while the unsuspecting victim went to the bathroom. It was executed to perfection.
I love that. The pencil case is like the cherry on top of the cake. You know, that's just... He's just making a mockery of this other bloke with the pencil case.
Fully.
Yeah.
Fully. And I think I'm assuming that it was the Year 11 to the Year 7.
Right.
Which, again, sort of branches off our call to restore order to the school hierarchy.
Maybe they're listeners. Maybe he was listening.
I hope so.
Mm.
But it's good to hear that, like, you know, nuggeting is still up and about.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's good. That's great to hear, actually.
It's great to hear.
I love that story. That was great. So he did the double nugget. Someone's in the bathroom.
And he must have been... He was on prac. I didn't know Aiden was doing teaching or whatever he's doing, but he was on prac, so... There you go.
Beast. Good to hear. Good to hear it's still being done.
Good
Still being dished out.
Good to hear it's still happening.
Yeah.
A few things just from last week as well that came in late. One said, how's the journey to 60 going? Assume that's directed at me.
Who asked you that?
Lucy.
Oh, that's rough.
It's good.
It's good.
It's going all right.
He's looking a bit broader. Shoulders are looking a bit broader.
Look, I mean, I've been going to the gym more consistently, but I just don't eat. That's my problem.
True.
I don't eat enough anyway.
No, you don't eat. And these don't count as calorie maker.
Don't they?
No. Fuck. Unfortunately not. What else do we have there?
Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get this one at all.
Ronaldo.
I don't get this.
Ronaldo. Because, I'm trying to put my thoughts together. But Ronaldo because, mate, I don't think Messi could go to the Prem at 37 and do what Ronaldo's doing.
Why not?
Because he couldn't do it.
He's the best player of all time. How could he not do it?
Why is he in Paris? Why is he in Paris with he needs Mbappe and Neymar, mate. Come to the Prem. Come to the Prem.
I don't,
do it.
I honestly feel like I haven't watched him enough this year, and I know he's not going to crash hot at PSG. But I just think what he's done on the football pitch over the last close to 2 decades.
Don't get me wrong. I like them both, but who would I prefer in my team? Ronaldo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's way more clutch than Messi.
But Messi's way more of a team player as well.
Mm.
Yeah, he is. What do you mean?
Yeah. Yes and no. I don't.
The funny thing is, in my mates, my group of friends, Harry is by far and away the best footballer, but he's the only one that thinks Ronaldo's better. We all think Messi.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an ongoing debate.
I think Ronaldo.
I'll
pick Ronaldo. He's more clutch. Like, think about the amount of times that he has kind of just like, think Champions League. He does it on the big scale. The big games, he turns up and he pulls teams through, and he's doing it at United as well, right now. And there's a pretty good team there, but he's pulling results out of the hat for them.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if Messi can do that in League One Farmers
But
League.
Messi's done it against Premier League teams on the big stage many a time.
Yeah,
and you listen to
also with the best team ever.
But also you hear all the great players. You listen to all the great defenders. I've heard Thierry Henry talk about it. I've heard Rio Ferdinand talk about it. They all all those players that are up there considered footballing greats. They all say Messi. Not all of them, but the large majority say Messi's better. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't form an opinion of your own, look at the other professionals. It's the same with rugby league. You look at the other rugby league greats. Who do they say is the best? They all say Cameron Smith. So for me, there's like no
I
argument.
actually think Greg Inglis is probably the best player I've seen play rugby league. Greg Inglis for sure would be the best player I've seen play
I don't
rugby
even think
league.
he's in my top 5.
Oh, I think you're disrespecting.
As an
Greg. I don't think you're disrespecting Greg Inglis if you don't have him in your top 3.
No.
Well, I just
No way.
I just think you're wrong.
No way.
I don't think how you could see that he's not one of the best players to ever play.
I
Top 3 at least.
one of the greatest athletes, yeah, sure. But he's not even close to Smith or Thurston or Darren Lockyer.
I don't know.
Not
he
even
had
close.
A huge impact on teams.
Yeah, no.
A monster impact on so many teams.
No way. As an athlete, yeah, sure. But like he wasn't even like Billy Slater still held the fullback position over him all those years. So like I'm not discrediting Greg Inglis, one of the greats of all time, don't get me wrong, but he's not better than any of those guys.
Well, you want my opinion. I'm giving it to you,
I'm giving it back.
and fine. But I just think personally, I think Greg Inglis is the best player I've seen play rugby league.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
That's fine. I just think
he does things that I don't think Cam Smith could ever do, or some players,
Vice versa, though.
or some players will ever do.
Vice versa.
Yeah. What, win Origins and Premierships? He's done that.
How about spearhead 2 decades of dominance for a club in a state that doesn't even like rugby league?
He was part of that team, actually.
Onwards.
He was part of that team.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah. Cheating team. Team that cheated for, what, a couple of years of that dominance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
They came back and won.
yeah, but I'm just saying.
Leave it, do that what
Anyway,
you will.
yeah, we're not in the sports section, so. Actually, that was a Q&A, so.
How do we get there?
We got deep.
100-word or more essay about double cheeseburgers and the meat to bread ratio.
I actually we've had this discussion. This is like one of the things we first bonded over when we met each other.
Really?
I remember this. We were in our old job and we were standing in the old Pokies bar and we were talking about Macca's and I was like, you know it's criminally underrated? The double cheeseburger. And you were like, oh my God, that's my favorite thing at Macca's. And we had this, that was like one of the first conversations that we had.
There you go.
That we actually bonded over.
That was
That was probably like 2018.
Yeah. Was that the inception of Barflies, maybe?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
One of the pivotal moments.
Yeah, well, I think the double cheeseburger, like I obviously have said in the past, probably the most underrated burger
It's
at Macca's.
fantastic. The only thing is, Macca's is so fucking expensive here. Like, it costs so much money.
Dude, how's it like $11 for a medium double cheeseburger meal? What are we talking about?
Hello? And they don't even get like much chips. Like, if you went to a chicken shop and paid $11 and got that, it's like double the size. You get more and it tastes better and it's fresher.
Macca's is so expensive. I was talking to Justin about this the other day. Like, the thing that's good about Macca's is that it's drive-through.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else around here that you can drive through and get
there's
food.
the Hungry Jacks now.
But that's true. But yeah, I'd like a drive-through Guzman. Is what
There's one in Coffs Harbour I've been to.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine instead of that Hungry Jacks there, imagine it was Guzman and Gomez and it was 24 hours. Mate, it would put everyone out of business.
Yeah, yeah. It full would.
It would put everyone out of business.
Yeah.
But that leads into my... we were talking about the night economy of Sydney the other week.
Okay.
Dominic Perrottet is a big advocate. The new Premier is a big advocate for the 24-hour city. Like Sydney becoming more of a 24-hour city.
Okay.
And I reckon a night diner. I was thinking about it more and more. I reckon a night diner, like imagine one in Brookvale, just perfect. Mate, people, and you can set up a drive-through, plenty of parking around there at night.
Yeah.
You know, how good would that be? Just pull up all day, all night breakfast.
Yeah.
Like have like a deli section.
Yep. It'd work.
Wings.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd work really well for us and our fellow hospitality workers.
Yeah, hostel workers, truck drivers, people going on dates on the tune. Like imagine what a tune locate. Like if you were like talking to a girl, you're like, oh yeah, we went to the 24-hour diner. You know,
Nice.
I reckon it would become such like a
little hot spot.
little hot spot.
It could
People
be
who
like
are really high as well, or really drunk would go in there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you probably need security on a Saturday night.
It could be like a post-date stopover. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You probably would need, I reckon, maybe have a security guard there on like a Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would get a bit rowdy.
Wouldn't hurt. Or you could just get one of the guys from the kebab shop
True.
because they just look hell-etched, dude.
They look hell.
They look at you and they keep everyone in line just with their gaze.
They do have a stare. They have a stare and a half.
Yeah.
My local kebab shop got moved to DY.
Oh, the wiener one.
Yeah,
Is that the one that does guys on there and shit?
yeah, they moved it. I'm pretty upset actually. And like they redid the building, they renovated the inside of the building and out the front a bit. And that was part of the thing I liked. It was kind of like a bit of heritage in the suburb.
Okay.
The building was a bit rickety, but it had a bit of character.
Mm.
Had like these neon lights. Sometimes that would flash and not work properly.
Okay.
Had the old style boards. It just had like these really old shitty tiles and stuff, but it just had character,
Yeah.
And then now they've got some new thing there, and it's called Fat Kebab, and it's like a really that's not a good name. For
No.
a kebab shop. It just doesn't have any character like the old place. So
Yeah.
I was upset. Sam, who was the old owner, I was getting a coffee up there, and I was like, mate, what's going on? He's like, oh yeah, we're moving down to DY, blah blah blah, and had a chat about it, and I was like, it's not on.
Right. How does he feel about it?
I'm sure he'd probably rather stay there. But the good thing about that in DY is like so many people would it's a bit busier probably. They
Yeah.
probably would get a bit more traffic, but they still did all right at that place.
Yeah. That was pretty late night as well.
Yeah, that was heaps late night.
You like a late night,
Yeah,
either.
I do love it. Like even when I've been watching the World Cup, I've ordered a pizza sometimes.
Mm. Did you watch the final?
I watched bits. Like I was up, and then I'd fall asleep, and then I would wake up and I'd watch it, and then I'd fall asleep, and then I'd wake up
Okay.
and watch a bit. So but then I couldn't really remember it when I woke up. I was like, oh, I just woke up from trying to watch sport, and I couldn't piece together. So I had to watch the KO mini match and read it and watch it.
Yeah.
It's made me realise that I actually really much prefer, like my sport of choice to watch is definitely watching cricket, I think, over any other sport.
Okay.
Because I was like happily staying up late to watch as many games as possible.
Okay.
Even if it was like a different country play, I would still watch it.
Yeah, nice.
So I think I've decided that's my... Because when people ask you like, oh, what sport do you like best?
Yeah.
If you're a bit of like a person who obviously likes it, into their sport and whatnot,
Yeah.
and you go, oh, what do you like best? I think definitely mine would be cricket, I'd say.
Okay.
I've
That's
decided.
That makes sense.
I've made a decision.
That checks out.
What question did we get asked? Was that about the double cheeseburger?
Yeah. I didn't even say anything about it.
That was definitely 100 words. Oops.
Does that suffice? I will say, final thoughts on the double cheeseburger. Perfect meat to bread ratio at Macca's. Nothing else can beat it.
Agreed.
It always does the job. Never lets you down.
Agreed. Too expensive.
Yep.
In short.
I'm just going to ignore the fact that you just went Coke into beer. But it's fine. Play on.
I needed it.
All right, next question is from Chloe. Your personal Spotify Wrapped guesses. So, like, what do you think your end of the year rap will look like?
I share a Spotify account with my mum. So if I'm gonna guess what mine looked like, it would be, I reckon, one of her artists, like someone from the 70s or 80s or something. And then I'd say mine would be probably Primal Scream. Maybe I'd definitely say Future might be on there.
Okay, I was about to say
just
it.
because I did recently. It's kind of like been a bit of a guilty pleasure, like listening to Future and like Lil Baby. I reckon Lil Baby would be on there, and then maybe there's always something random. So I'll say maybe like because there's a playlist with a couple of like Sticky Fingers, like Ocean Alley songs.
Nice.
On there. So I'd maybe one of those two,
Nice.
and then some random someone from my mum listens to.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine would probably be... I just remember ripping Tyler all through lockdown because he released a new album.
Right.
So he'd probably be my top. And then just... I've been a bit of a basic boy this year. I've been listening to a lot of Fleetwood Mac.
Nice. Fleetwood Mac's great.
Just
That's
covering...
kind of just a pretty blanket statement. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Fleetwood
just-
Mac are good.
Just good.
Mm.
Yeah. What's your favourite Fleetwood Mac song?
It's like called Can't Stop Loving You or something.
Oh, okay.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
If you played it, I would.
I want to get it right now. I'm going to get ripped.
I like The Chain. The Chain would be my favourite.
That's a
Fleetwood
good
Mac
song. How do I got to get this now? Yeah, there it is.
Okay. So who else would be in your rap?
You
Tyler?
make loving fun. There we go. Tyler, I've been listening to Kendrick. I listen to Kendrick in the gym.
Nice.
I don't know. I listen to heaps of French music as well.
Mm.
I actually got a French.
That is your song.
I'll
today,
circle
I
back
saw
at the
it.
end of the app. Been listening to a lot of like French disco, which is cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's
we'll
pretty
see.
groovy, actually.
Yeah, it's cool. You'd probably like it.
Yeah. Send me some.
Yeah. Oh, I keep turning off my phone. I forget we're in
next,
questions.
Next question. Good question. Thank you, Chloe.
That was a good question. I'm assuming this is like kind of a confession, so I'll leave it anonymous.
Okay.
I'll tell you after the show who it was.
Okay.
But I've known multiple of my friends to have done this.
Okay, go.
So my friend, he's told me the story before. He got home after a night out. Like, his girlfriend stayed in, and he went back to hers after a night out. And he must have fallen asleep. And at some point in the night, he got up to take a piss.
Yeah.
But instead of going to the bathroom, he went to the corner of her room.
Oh, no. Is there like a laundry
It just-
bathroom or something?
Nah, just corner of the room, just pissed.
Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
That's pretty grim.
And I've known that my other mate has done it as well, where he's gotten up middle of the night,
There are
pissed on the couch, gone back to bed, and not known about it until the next morning.
there are some blokes who just do like piss when they're drunk. They get
It's a thing apparently.
They just start pissing in random places, like but sleepwalking. That one of my friends does that a lot. Like, he
It's
just,
like his thing.
Yeah, it's like he's done it a few times, and we've fully got into him about it. And like one time, I think he even like pissed himself. I can't really remember actually. Anyway, but it was yeah, I think he did piss himself one time. And
I think it's like a genetic thing,
yeah.
maybe, because my mate does it because he said his dad used to do it, so it just like carried
Right.
down. I don't know.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
You know,
'cause it's not me.
everyone's got their flaws, you know.
That's
And sometimes if you've had a couple too many,
Yeah.
you get a bit pissy.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never pissed myself though.
No, but I used to, like, on the topic of when you're sleeping at your girlfriend's house, I used to get really, weird thinking I would piss the bed, like an irrational fear. And for, I reckon, the first, like, couple months when I was going out with my ex-girlfriend, I kept thinking I was going to piss the bed. And I'd wake up, like, thinking I had, but I actually hadn't.
I'm assuming you, like, hadn't previously pissed the bed. This was just a weird thing.
No, it was just a weird thing. And then I had, like, it was like, had a placebo effect where then I would keep thinking that I'd pissed myself when I actually hadn't.
Sure.
And it took me like a couple months for it to stop happening.
To get over it.
Yeah.
To stop.
to stop
fake
to
pissing.
stop phantom pissing myself. Literally.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. So, next question.
This is a good one. Weirdest place you got your pecker out.
Ooh.
I can think of one that was you.
Oh,
Straight
the
off
Newport.
boat.
Yeah. I mean, not that. Yeah. That was funny though.
That was
That
funny.
was funny.
We were at the Newport. Do you reckon you could get barred for that?
Well, unless
Surely not.
unless Justin Hems is listening. No,
He
I
could
think
be.
he's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably. But that was we were having a bit of a joke around, so.
Yeah. Oh, that. Well, like to circle back about our conversation on one of the earlier episodes.
Some people are dick guys.
Yeah, some people aren't.
Some people aren't.
Personally, I'm not.
No.
You are.
On occasion, sometimes it's pretty funny, you know.
When can you think of the weirdest place you got it out?
That wasn't really weird though. That was just
No, can you think of a weirder place than that? It's always just
no.
on nights out.
It just like, you know, organically happens, you know. Sometimes. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Usually, I'm making it sound like I do it a lot, but I've only done it maybe twice. And that was one of them. So I'll just go with that.
Yeah,
I'll just
twice,
go with that.
okay.
I'll just go with that at the Newport.
Twice a month.
I want to get out of it. You don't do it. So, well, have you got it out anywhere weird?
No,
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Next question.
The guy who asked us, John, he was the guy that put me onto the Black Man.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Oh,
I-
yeah.
I replied to him saying, "Have you got a story? I feel like you're not telling us something."
Mm.
But he brushed it off.
He brushed it off. Okay.
Reach
Okay.
out, John.
Reach out,
He's
John.
not telling us something.
No. Next question.
This is an interesting one. How do you feel about holding hands while kissing a girl you just met? Is this a story or something?
This is like a reference. This is a
Okay.
reference to.
Okay, go.
Like,
Did you read this before? though?
Yeah, I read this beforehand. That's what I was replying to. So, I was out with my friends from cricket, and like, you know, I didn't actually just meet this person. This is someone that I had been talking to for a little bit, and then you know, met them out when we were out, and you know, had a little moment, you know.
Yeah.
But my friend, like, you know, when you're 16 and your friend records when you're at a party and your friend records you.
Yeah.
That's what he did to me, and I was like, oh. And the next morning I saw it, and in the video, like I didn't realize at the time, but yeah, I think I was holding, like you can see me, like anyway, it was quite embarrassing.
Were you seated?
Yeah, and like the next morning I was like, oh fuck, like it was so embarrassing, and like they put it on the group chat, and then my other mate put it in our other soccer group chat, and I was like,
oh, that's nightmare fuel.
Yeah, so I just...
That's not that bad, I don't reckon.
It was a bit, to be honest, I was cringing pretty hard at it. I was like, oh, fuck, that is so embarrassing. But, I mean, also embarrassing for me, because if you, like, get with people in a club, you know, that's what can happen.
Yeah, look,
You know?
but I think the actual, like, the worst part about it is just that it got shared everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if that happened to you now, you'd be like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah. Well, it was funny, but also at the same time, it was kind of cringe. I was watched it a few times, and I was like,
Oh, it kind of sucks.
That's pretty cringy. Oh, like it gives me like shudders, like thinking about watching the video. I'll show you after.
Yeah, can you? I want to see it.
Yeah. Next question. Let's move on. I'm
Okay.
cringy thinking about it.
Watching the footy on KO on our phones while at the pub.
That was
Xander will give context.
So one night out, me and my friend Dan, after soccer, we decided to hit the clubhouse, the Harbord Hilton, after the game, like we usually do. And it was just me and him. I don't know. Everyone was talking up the big game, rallying it up, but no one came out. And it was in winter, and it was absolutely freezing. And it was just after restrictions kind of started kind of coming back in / easing. So the pub was open.
Okay.
And we're outside. They didn't have any tables inside, and all the tables next to the heaters are all taken. And so we're like freezing with our beers outside, and we did not dress right. We did not have enough layers on. So we're sitting there, and the Manly game was on. There's no TVs outside. So
Right.
referring to KO setups earlier on, we just put KO up on like one of the beers.
Right.
And it was so scat. It was me and him just sitting there, and like we had our food, but we like it was so cold and it was windy, and like we were just sitting there, and the night was kind of losing momentum pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie, it was losing a lot of traction.
Yeah.
And then it was half time, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go inside and I'm just gonna ask the manager who we know if there's any seats.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, so we go up, you ask him, he goes, you know what? There was a table in the tab area, because there's a big sports screen there, who just left. Mate, we were elated. We went from the absolute shit house to the penthouse within 2 seconds. We went from shivering in the cold to inside in front of like a massive screen. And from there, momentum gathered. It was just it was a turning point in the night.
They can save your night.
It saved our night, so that was that story. But it was to refer to KO setups, I think.
Those nights where things start to trickle are the worst.
Yeah.
You know, you can just feel it.
Yeah. Traction, you lose, the wheels are coming off the bus.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
It happened to us a couple of weeks ago.
Stragglers. Was that the night where...
Yeah.
The Diggers night?
It happened, yeah.
Yeah.
It happened that night. I was talking about another night. It happened twice.
Yeah. Because you lose people. When you start losing people.
Yeah.
Momentum gets built.
It happened that night. Then we ended up at the Diggers, and that kind of saved it a bit. But it also happened I think last time I was out, we went to Lazy Wax.
Okay.
It started to fizzle. But yeah, shout out KO.
Shout out KO. What could a man do without it, honestly?
That's a subscription I will never give
Cancel. No.
Mid-pod delivery. Always on the clock.
That's how we do. We're bag chasers, you know. The grind set. So bro code, what are my thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty... I think... What do I think about the bro code?
It's important. It's a thing.
It needs to be abided by.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes it does get broken.
Yeah.
But there's definitely levels to it.
Oh, there's levels to it.
And I mean, there's sometimes you can, you know, if you're interested in like an ex-fling of your mate, you just got to ask.
Do you reckon that's on? I don't reckon that's cool.
Well, I reckon
if it's a fling, it doesn't matter.
Contextual. It's contextual.
Yeah.
But you just got to ask.
Yeah,
that's like the.
I thought you were saying like an ex-girlfriend.
I think it's
fucking not on, surely.
Yeah, I think it just depends. One, it depends how close you are with the guy. And two, it depends on like the context of like
The relationship.
everything,
Or the
you
previous
know?
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
So,
For sure.
but you'd have to ask first.
Yeah. I think so. But like at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's not, I don't know. Like you say, it's all context. It's all context.
But it isn't important. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't. You should try and.
But that shit you see where it's like, oh, like my mate, like we hear about guys hitting up their mates' exes after they break up.
yeah, like right after.
Yeah.
it's
I left
pretty.
the door open. Dude, this is fucked.
That phone is so loud. Yeah.
Do we leave that in?
Yeah.
Leave it in.
Leave it in. Yeah, when you hear things like, oh, they break up and then literally a minute later they're
You get hit up by
shooting
them.
the mate.
Well, that just means they're shit, mate, because I've always been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah, I don't think that's kind
That's
of bad.
fucked up.
That's pretty bad.
I don't think any of our mates would do that. Like, you have to
Well-
be a real fucking scumbag to do that.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of a low move.
But I don't know if there's like, if it's just someone like you got with and your mate gets it there, it's like, fuck, whatever.
Yeah,
know
that
what I
doesn't
mean?
matter. That's play on.
Yeah.
That's play on.
Play on.
You know.
I would like to, like, I would have.
Similar to girl, I feel like it's almost like the similar thing to girl code. They're literally the same thing, girl code and bro code. Aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
You just got to tread carefully.
Tread carefully.
Tread carefully. If you navigate the waters correctly, it can be fine.
Have a bit of perception for what the context of the scenario is. And
Yeah.
I think you'd be right.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
bit of awareness.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree. Good questions. Thanks for sending them in, guys.
They were good questions
Good
this week.
questions. What was the story? The big
Oh.
story.
It's not, it's just, I just thought it was funny.
So am I going to get to hear it?
Yeah, you're going to
Okay,
get to hear it.
sweet.
I'll
Looking
read
forward
to you
to
now.
I'm looking forward.
I'm going to have to censor a fair bit of this.
Okay, go for it.
But
Rip in.
This will not be PG.
Okay.
This is paragraphs, dude. Okay. So
Can you summarize?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So it's Triple J's hottest 100 day. This must have been the day after Australia Day.
Mm.
Great hot day filled with beers at the park. Ended up going back to my mates for kick-ons, and all was good until my mate's girlfriend brought back a friend who was so keen on the boys.
Right.
Anyway, I was like heaps of beers down and had no idea what was going on. I just remember little snippets of her getting with different people at this party, and I was thinking, this chick's on one.
Okay.
The next thing I know, we're all sitting outside on some chairs, and she was sitting on my lap getting with me. I will keep this story anonymous for good reason.
Okay.
She took me upstairs and said, come back to mine, and I said, nah, let's just do it here. Okay. Do the deed here.
Okay. Do the deed there. Yeah.
She wasn't having a bar of it, and she went home alone with no one after all her antics.
Yes.
Then one of my mates found out she left, and I didn't go with her. My mates thought I was a virgin at the time, but I wasn't. He took my phone and messaged her that I was keen, and the next text I got back from her was, this is my address, get here now.
Jeez.
At this point, I was stressing because I really did not want to go see this chick. I just wanted to party with my mates on this beautiful sunny day.
They've made him go and... Right. Okay.
Yeah. One of my friends was pep talking me, trying to get me to go. I knew like what I was in for. I knew where this was going.
Mm.
She was 45, and she looked like she'd had a massive night.
She was 45.
She was 45. This chick. Yeah. Anyways, I hop in the Uber, and the whole time I was considering bailing and just going back to the party, but I didn't. She met me at the bottom, and we got with each other straight away. Anyway, she took me into her place, and we started doing the deed. I didn't think I was going to perform, but the little guy pulled through and did his job. This went on for like 10 minutes, and I was so drunk and sweating so bad.
10 minutes. Good effort.
Like I came out of a shower, I was dripping wet. So we stopped, she got a towel, and we cleaned up and went for round 2. After round 2, we had a beer together, and we were just chatting.
True love.
She politely asked me if I had any drugs on me, and I said no, and I just wanted to go back with my mates, so I was kind of being a bit dry, and then she said, oh, you're such a dick. We could have had a moment together there. And then at that moment, I was like, fuck, what have I done? I need to get out of here. I can't remember how I left, but I don't think she liked it very much, and she wanted me to stay the night. not too sure about that. But I remember getting back and all the boys were so drunk, and one of them shows me a photo of them all in the bath, and this made me upset because that's all I wanted from this day.
Oh, that's a good story. She was 45.
45.
And she was just going around getting with all the guys.
Apparently. I think it was with a soccer crew.
Damn.
So, like, there could have been a bit of, like, a age range.
Yeah.
But I don't know how a 45-year-old ends up there.
I tell you, I would have passed if I was him. I don't think.
I'd rather stay with the boys.
I think, but, you know, if she's getting with everyone, you don't want to be, I feel.
Well, he'd gotten with her. It was just
Yeah.
that she was pressuring him. Not pressuring him, but she was keen on him to.
Damn, 45. How old was
Oh, he would have
friend
been
in this?
20?
Jeez. Wow. 10 minutes, though. I heard 10-minute round in there. Good effort, mate.
It's good from him.
Top notch. Top notch.
But yeah,
Good story.
Far out. Big week. Big week in the DMs this week.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone again for sending them in.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
It's very
Appreciate it.
enjoyable reading them.
Yeah, I like
It's
reading
enjoyable.
them.
It's good bringing like having other people like give us things to talk about because it's like things we wouldn't think of.
Exactly. And we appreciate it.
Mm.
And the wackier and the bit more crazy ones we like too.
The weirder the better.
The weirder the better.
I had to sense that story a fair bit as I was reading
Really?
it. So was it convoluted as I was saying it, or was it alright?
No, it made sense.
Okay.
The story made sense. You show me after.
Yeah.
I'm keen to see the messages.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez, 45.
Where are we at?
Where are we at?
48 minutes. All right, do you want to
Well,
talk
a lot of it we're going to have to edit.
Yeah, I know. It's big editing night
Big
tonight.
editing night.
Okay, do you want
Do you want me to listen? Oh.
to... Don't need to discuss this right now on the
No,
pod. Yeah.
no.
We can circle
I
back
thought
to
we were
this.
going to shh that bit out.
Well, I'll see how I feel when
Yeah.
I listen to it back.
Okay, so one thing that happened during the week as well on Instagram, bit of a trend going on, was the dog photo
Okay.
trend. Like
Yep.
everyone going plant a tree.
Yep.
And that was a good trend because everyone could get on board with it. Lots of people have dogs
Yep.
or a pet.
I don't.
And there was it's for a good cause, I think. I don't know if
Supposedly.
any trees are actually going to get planted. I don't know where it came from or the origins of the tree trend. I was going to hop on board with it. The only real photos I have of my dog, though, are outside of my house, and that's on a deck. And most decks are made of wood. So I was about to post a photo and hop on the bus, but then I also thought, wait, I'm going to put a photo up about planting a tree while my dog is lying, and then the photo my dog's lying on a multiple dead trees, what one can assume. So I thought it's kind of counteractive to the cause, so I deleted the post and went, oh, maybe not, mate, maybe not.
Is that insensitive?
Yeah, well, not
Perhaps.
insensitive. I just thought
Counterintuitive?
it's kind of counterintuitive to the message of the
I hear ya.
the whole cause.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm not too knowledgeable in the logging industry.
Well, I mean, a deck is made out of multiple trees,
I hear you.
and I don't think one tree is going to counter.
Do you reckon a deck would be multiple trees?
multiple trees?
How big a tree?
Well, if it was one tree that was big enough, you could surely get enough wood to get a whole deck out of it. But I mean, you can only assume that they're medium to small sized trees.
Why would you?
Because if you're gonna get a lot of trees, like clear space, regrow, they're not gonna be.
You got to turn them over quick.
Yeah, you got a quick turnover
Well,
on trees.
doesn't it take at least 20 to 30 years for a tree to grow
No, not
properly
that
to
long.
its size?
Well, they plant them in like lots,
Okay.
and then they come through and clear it, and then before they clear it, they plant in
Mm.
So you know what I mean. So that it's like a cycle.
Okay. Agriculture with the barflies.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. It's speculative, but I think that's how the whole.
I'm happy
logging
to go with it.
industry works.
I'm happy to go with it.
Mm.
Me and my other co-worker at the moment, I'm often the supervisor and he's 18, I think.
Yeah.
But he's been working here 6 months. And every time we get asked a question that we don't know the answer to, we just look at each other. And if we both nod, then we go with the nod. And if we go like that. But if we get it mixed up, then I make the call. But more than often, we both kind of nod and we go two people who are kind of think that it could be right. Yeah, it means it must be right. You know what I mean?
Mate, I think that's right. Mate, you can only speculate sometimes.
Yeah.
You can only speculate.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
it's right. How do you reckon you'd go as a logger or a lumberjack? I reckon you'd make a good one.
You reckon?
Swinging the axe around with those strap things.
Yeah, I think I'd make. I mean,
Flanny.
You'd have to give me a couple of months in the industry to get like used to the rigors of like
Mate, you would get ripped as a lumberjack. Surely you're tossing that axe around.
more ripped. You mean?
Yeah, like more ripped than you already are. I reckon you'd make a great lumberjack.
Dude, lumberjacks cut off like their own. You know how all lumberjacks wear like a flannel, like a button-up flannel, but they have no sleeves.
Cut off the sleeves themselves.
Yeah, they cut them cut the tree and then cut the sleeves off with an axe.
Do you reckon they at home when they're like cooking stuff? You reckon they just like use the axe? They don't use knives,
Probably.
or like no knife and fork. They just use the axe.
Yeah,
They have a smaller.
purely axe.
Yeah.
One axe, one pan.
All about the axe. Those blokes.
Hey, onwards.
That was
That's so
fucking
dribbly.
grim. Oh, okay. Next. Oh,
This episode's been so.
that's
fucking
10 in the
dribbly.
bin from there. I think. Yep.
Off you go.
Stop the play.
Take
Stop
a
the
lap.
play. Stop the play. We're just gonna have a look back on go to the bunker, review that incident.
Do a lap.
Mate, we've got some shit chat from you. You're off. 10 in the bin. Go.
That was also one of the things that was part of like the initial stages of our friendship. When it was like someone would make a shit joke in the bar, we'd both just put 10 in the bin.
10 fingers, 10 in the bin.
Off you go.
There's been plenty of 10 in the bin from me today, I think.
I think this entire podcast could do with a 10 in the bin.
I agree. I think I could have done with 10 in the bin on the weekend as well.
You could have done with a straight send off, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think a 10 in the bin would have done much.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I can't even think. Like, I can't even put a thought together. I'll try to think of a segue just then, but nothing came up.
Who cares? We don't need a segue anymore.
We don't-
We're past that.
We're past segues.
We don't do bounced segues.
We don't. Fair enough. Should we just deep dive into the back page?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Should we go? Because there's things here, but I feel like we can just talk about them next week.
Okay.
Because I can't remember the full process behind half of my notes right now.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be honest, your puddle brain's wearing off on me.
You're getting puddle like second home.
I'm getting
puddle
secondhand puddle brain right now.
I'm sorry. It is kind of contagious puddle brain.
I feel dumber.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect.
And people listening to the podcast usually feel dumber after listening to it. They're gonna feel worse. They're gonna feel very much.
Imagine if I was bounced this week as well.
Jeez, I don't think we'd be able to. I don't think we'd even be able to do 10 minutes.
We'd have to push the podcast back to like Wednesday, Thursday territory.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Well, we committed to doing one a week every week, no matter the state of ourselves.
Correct.
So
Correct.
we said 52. We said one a week for a year.
Yeah. And
That
see
was
what
the-
happens.
That was the original agreement.
That was the plan. We're 13 in.
So we're a quarter of the way there.
I'm having fun.
I'm having fun too. We're getting there.
Mm.
So we've done this for a quarter of a year now.
Really?
Yeah. 52 weeks in a year.
21, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And we've
Wow.
done 13.
We've done over a quarter. No,
Yeah, bang on
we've
a
done
quarter.
bang on a quarter.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, mass. Hello.
So thanks
Interesting.
to everyone who's been here for the ride.
Yeah, I think so. And like we said last week, people don't come here for anything other than the pure
Intelligence.
dribble.
Mm. Well, I got recognised. I was telling you. I was
That's
telling
sick.
Cody. I was telling Cody I got recognised by someone on Saturday night.
Mm.
So that was pretty cool. Actually.
Like a total random.
Yeah, he was like, because he was with this other guy who I used to work with, and then he's like, "Oh, I recognise you. Hey, do you have a podcast, the Barflies podcast?" And I said to him, "Oh yeah, I do, mate. Like that's me and my friend. We do that."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I saw you guys on TikTok and I listened to it a bit and stuff."
Oh, sick.
And I was like, "Oh, legend." I forgot what his name was, but legend regardless. I was in Dansan, so if you're listening now, mate,
Reach out.
appreciate it. Yeah, so that was nice
That's
to get
cool.
noticed.
That's pretty fucking weird to think about.
Mm.
Like even when I get recognised by like your mates and stuff,
Mm.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Well, one of your friends also, but it wasn't a stranger because it was one of your mates.
We don't know who it was.
Yeah. But even people at my work, like, yeah, I saw it on TikTok, like,
Sick.
on my For You page, blah, 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 blah.
Sick.
Which was cool. So,
Dude, that one that did all right. That covered a lot of territory with like the female demographic.
well, we made up, because it was mostly guys that were listening or, like, visiting our page, because we can see that and, like, followers.
Yeah.
And then since that...
That's so weird that it would only be guys.
Yeah, surprise. And then since then, it was only 15% female, and now it's gone up to, I think it's over 30. It's somewhere. I think it's like 41% last time I checked.
There you go.
Which is
cool.
really, I'm
It's
happy
good.
with that.
I like it to be balanced.
You know, it's good to see.
I
That
felt
we're
a bit out
hitting all different people.
Yeah, I felt a bit out of my depth. We've already spoken about it, but
When we went into girl TikTok,
Yeah.
we were in no man's land in like female TikTok.
oh,
just
dude, absolutely out of place.
not knowing the rules of engagement or
No.
anything, and we were just standing there, you know, just hoping for the best.
Well, you were asking me should I reply to comments, and I was like, dude, I reckon we just leave.
I
it,
reckon
eh?
because we don't know what to say. We were like, dude, what happens on this bit of TikTok?
I don't know.
Because it's kind of each area has their own kind of rules.
Would you like? What do you mean?
Well, like guys' TikTok's a lot different to like a girl's For You page.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
You know how it's November and there's the whole like no November
yeah.
thing. So like every time a female thirst trap comes up on TikTok, all the comments are just the boys like, "Head up, boys! Like don't like just keep going, stay strong." And then some
16
boys,
days left.
16. Have you heard some boys like saying like, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing No Nut November. It's just the 38th of October right now."
That's gold.
How good's that?
Does no nut November need an explanation
No,
for those who don't know?
no, it doesn't.
No.
It's pretty
Just
self-explanatory.
yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Read between the
But if
lines.
not, Google it. Urban Dictionary is usually good for anything like that.
Mm.
To be fair, Urban Dictionary has helped me so many times. When there's like a phrase I don't understand
Yeah.
in a song or something, I just Urban Dictionary it. Or if I get texted something, like an abbreviation of a word that I haven't seen, I'll put it in there.
I had to Urban Dictionary something the other day.
What did you Urban Dictionary?
A chick on Tinder replied to me saying "based."
What does that mean?
I was like, I assumed it wasn't a typo. I was like, that
Right.
sounds like it could be a saying. I have no idea what it is.
Based.
So I Urban Dictionaried it, and it means just like I agree.
Right. What did you
Based.
say?
Oh, like good
what did you
opinion.
say to her?
I don't know.
Oh,
I probably said like. I'm not even gonna say it. It was a bad joke.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, I've made plenty of those.
Yeah, onwards.
And no, come on, say.
No. It was a shit joke. It's gone through the keeper for good reason.
That's
Gone through the keeper for good
Okay.
reason.
yeah.
But also Urban Dictionary, like as you're coming through adolescence, like as a 14, 15-year-old, and you're like, you know, that's your stage of trying really hard to be cool. And like someone says something and you don't want to be like, oh, what does that mean?
You want to
So
look
like
it
you
up.
go home later and you look it up.
You look it up. Yep. It's a lifesaver. It's actually very informative. I've learned a lot from Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I would say I have too.
I'm very grateful for it.
I have too.
It's such an underrated website.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's really
it
underrated.
doesn't get enough airtime.
Yeah, not enough recognition. Maybe because people think if they admit that they go on there to look stuff up, they won't look as like cool or whatever. But it's worth a visit if
Yeah.
there's something you need to know.
For sure. I think everyone uses it. Not I wouldn't say I use it frequently now.
No.
Maybe like once every couple months.
If I hear something that I don't know. Yeah. Expand the vocab.
The already very extensive vocab.
Oh, Limitless. Limitless. Limitless
movie.
vocabulary. I actually haven't seen that movie before.
Really?
That's one movie I haven't seen.
And
I know
I've
what
seen
happened.
it.
Yeah, I know. That's one movie I haven't seen.
Dude, those movies that like explore like psychological illness
Right.
freak me out.
I don't think that's about psychological illness, though.
It is. Well, it is kind of not ill. Yeah, no, I would say it is to an extent
Well, not really.
because he
gets
kind of
given the pill.
he becomes ill from it though.
Oh, true.
Like the effects of it are so bad that like I got like 3/4 of the way through the movie and I knew he was about to start spiraling and I was like, I just can't watch this.
Okay.
I don't know why it freaks me out a bit.
Right. Yeah, like psychological
Thrillers,
kind of thrillers.
which is weird because I used to love Black Mirror when I was younger. I used to
And
love
now?
that shit.
You don't
I don't
mind
mind it, but I don't seek it out.
When are they making any more of those?
I think they're kind of doing. Did they release a movie or something? Or
They
I don't
must have
know.
run out of stuff on it at the moment.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched
It's
it.
unreal.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's really like scary in a way.
It is. Some of them are really scary. They like the one where where they're on the treadmill. And they're
Yeah,
doing the cycling one.
Yeah.
That one like full wigged me out so hard.
The The one called White Christmas wigged me out the most.
Yeah, the White Christmas one.
That one is insane.
You know what my favourite one is, though?
What?
I like the Black Museum episode the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favourite episode.
That's with the chick from
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah. Yep. That's my... I think that's my...
That's really good.
And it has, like, other elements of the other episodes in it. Like,
Yep.
artifacts from different
Yeah, it's cool.
episodes.
It's cool. Easter eggs, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, Easter eggs. I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. That's definitely my favourite.
I think like the same thing about White Christmas, which weirded me out heaps, is like, from if I remember correctly, it's been years since I've watched it, but like as punishment, they get put into like a little artificial intelligence sort of like
Prison?
prison, where it's like a little just like object.
Like the bear.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, you lost me.
You know the bear where the mum gets put in the bear when she's about to die?
Yeah, dude, it's been years. I should touch base again
Yeah.
before I try and talk about it.
Yeah.
But just like the psychological intensity of it would wig me out.
Mm.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of other good thrillers.
I watched Fight Club the other day. Finally,
Did you like it?
I really liked it.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed
I
it.
really liked it.
That is a classic.
And the ending scene when like the buildings start falling and like the Pixie song starts playing.
That's a really like famous scene.
Wow.
Like in a lot of movie montages, if you will.
Yeah.
That is a really kind of heavily used scene where they're standing there and everything falls down.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm keen to watch American Psycho after.
Yeah, I was telling Cody about that's a bit of a psychological thriller. That is about mental illness.
Yeah.
Well, in part, it's about other things as well. But that is a really good movie.
I'm keen to watch it.
It's a bit of a classic movie.
I love Christian Bale as well.
Christian Bale's awesome. That's one of the movies that kind of made him really famous or really big. Like, helped him accelerate.
What year is that?
his
Like early
career.
2000s?
I think that is 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a big afternoon ahead.
You're gonna this might be a 2-day.
This could go out on Thursday.
Yeah. We've kind of not interruptions per se.
I would call them interruptions.
Okay, maybe interruptions, but just like little things have happened throughout the episode. Camera going off, getting sidetracked, talking about the editing of the podcast in the middle of the podcast.
Getting a delivery.
Getting deliveries.
Dog.
So, you know, there's a fair bit of work to be done on this episode when it hits the editing floor.
Yeah. I think there's value in here though somewhere.
There's a bit of gold in there somewhere.
Could be a laugh.
The start definitely. It's taken me. I feel better now than the start. Of the
I feel
episode.
significantly worse.
Yeah, well, that's funny. I actually feel a bit better.
Okay.
I've warmed up. I've warmed up.
I feel all over the place.
You do.
Yeah.
So, I've transferred it over. So we've equalised on the puddle brain. Right?
Okay. So now we're equally like 50% at brain capacity.
Yeah. Definitely.
I went from 90 and you went from 10 and now we're in the middle.
Yeah, and now we're in the middle. So now we're sweet.
Okay, we did start talking about the back page. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's hit sport quickly. Is there anything else to be said about the cricket?
Yes, there is.
Dude, look, we're champions again.
Yep. Well, let's kind of start. Should we start from the beginning of the
Go for
kind
it.
of World Cup analysis?
Lay it on me.
So in short, we wrote Australia off on this podcast. A lot of people didn't have us as favourites in the tournaments, although we do have good history in the ODIs. In T20 tournaments, not so much. We were world number 1 in T20s only a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. However, we've kind of lost the last 4 series leading into the tournament, and we've dropped down to world number 6. The team chopping and changing, like players missing, players out. And then they kind of finally, for this World Cup, settled on a team. They only changed it once, and the one game they did, it didn't work. So they just settled on the team, which was good to see.
Was that when they brought in
Agar?
Agar, yeah.
I like Ashton Agar, but it just didn't work in the game.
Who was that against?
That was against England when they got smashed.
Yeah.
Wrote them off. Key players we wrote off, there was players like Mitchell Starc, who took quite a few wickets. There was players like Dave Warner, player of the tournament, 3 consecutive 50s leading up in the game before the final, the semi and the final.
Mm-hmm.
The player who I actually thought would have a good tournament, Steve Smith, didn't. Mitch Marsh, Did a bit of a redemption arc for him, like we said before.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those players who you obviously can tell is a good person that you like as the person, but as the player, you just question whether they're the right level.
Yep.
And he kind of proved everyone wrong, which is good to see.
I think we got to tip the hat to Matty Wade as well.
Matty Wade, mate, I take everything back. I doubted you, and you came up with one of the great T20 knocks Australia's probably ever seen.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to say one of the best knocks Australia has witnessed in a T20 match.
Yep.
I watched it live, and I was like, rewatched those shots a couple of times, and I was going, what the? That is insane. Because that's going at 145 kilometers an hour. Like, that's fast.
Mitch-
That is fast.
Yeah, no, it's quick.
And he's just ramped at 2. He's ramped 2 for
Yeah.
6. Insane.
Be sweet.
It's a big set of conies on you to do
Right.
that as well.
Talking about just sending them. Mitch Marsh was whacking them
He-
in the final.
Mate.
Like
First ball as well.
flogging them. Yeah.
What a beast.
Dude, he's a big dude.
He's huge. And they were staying hit. They were travelling.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they weren't losing pace. Like they
No.
were just going.
No, they were coming at him quick, and he was,
Dispatching them quick as well.
yeah, thanks for coming.
Oh, they obliterated. But the thing is as well, what people forget is Justin Langer actually has a really good record in T20 when he's coached other teams. So in the BBL, the Australian T20 comp, he was the coach of the Perth Scorchers. And under him, they won, 3 titles? You know, so that is one of his expert areas is T20 matches. So, you know, like we said, like the breakfast burrito, good on paper, doesn't execute. Well, this was one breakfast burrito that came through because they came good, got the crown. That's why I'm wearing this jersey. You know, happy days.
Come
Good
on,
time
lads.
to be. And just before the summer of cricket as well. No better way to rev up a good summer of cricket with the Ashes on the horizon than getting a T20 championship. How good.
When is the first test?
First test is in early December in Brisbane. First test
Is the Sydney test like the 10th of Jan?
Well, it's on. I think it's the 5th to the 10th. I'm going to day 3.
Okay.
Pink day. That's like the best day to go, in my opinion, to the Sydney test.
Is that because
That's
you
the-
see both teams bat usually?
Well, yeah, but it's like the Jane McGrath day. So it's the breast cancer awareness day. So a lot of people go and everyone wears pink and everyone gets very into it. It's a good time.
Okay. Yeah, I'd really like to go as well. Maybe I'll try and snap
Yeah,
a ticket up.
definitely. Try to get tickets. But they changed the schedule around.
That's a good week, by the way.
What?
Like
What's that?
Christmas into New Year's into the doof
into
into a test
into a test. Yeah,
in
definitely.
the middle of summer.
I'm pumped. It's gonna be amazing.
That's really exciting. I'm super keen for
Yeah.
that.
I might go to day 1 as well. I might be surprised if I end up at a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've never been to Test cricket.
It's awesome.
I
You
can't
go
wait.
there, you just and
I'd
there's
love
the
to.
Fox Studios Park around the corner, so you can go to like there's heaps of bars and stuff there.
Sick.
In the lunch break.
I was thinking about probably not drinking at the test.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Good call. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That's all I'm gonna just in short. That's all I'll say about the World Cup.
Okay.
Just that it's good, and we had to, we were wrong, and we got proven wrong. So
We'll put
happy
our
days.
hands up for it.
Happy
I'm
days.
yawning.
Was that a yawn?
I'm yawning.
That's disgusting.
You've passed on your energy to me, dude. I feel fucking shit.
Well, I feel great now.
You sapped me.
I'm sorry.
I do need to eat. That could be it.
Yeah.
To be
Low
fair.
blood sugar, mate. Okay.
You know what I'm really about? Just last thoughts.
Go.
I've really come to develop a strong relationship with avocado over the last few
like
months.
it? You enjoying it?
I'm frothing. I'm eating it like every meal.
Every meal. Oh, I have a note on this, actually. And if there's any Italians listening, they might kill me. So luckily
Okay.
it's at the end, after the back page. So there might not be... Everyone might be gone. No one might hear this.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine that is... Like, some people would call disgusting, but don't knock it till you bloody try it. Put avocado on top of your spaghetti bolognese with a bit of chili flakes and put your parmesan on it. It actually tastes really good.
I'm not opposed to it at all.
Just try it, okay? Don't... I mean, it's easy to knock. It sounds gross. It is... It just... and
Okay.
It's a weird coupling of food groups.
Can I put it this way?
Go.
What's a burrito? It's meat, a carbohydrate, and avocado, which is the same as spaghetti bolognese. It's meat, it's a carbohydrate.
In its element, in its rawest forms. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, sure, rice and pasta is different, but it's kind of one in the same in
It's
a way.
Almost
Like
the same.
You could argue that avocado on spaghetti bolognese is not outrageous.
It's very Australian though. Like think about like it's just like classic like Australian thing.
Mm.
Yeah, mate, put a bit of bloody avocado on there.
Yeah,
Should be right.
yeah.
Get it on there. Yeah, get it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna own it, and I'll put a photo up of it next time I have spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah,
Chuck
please
a bit
do.
of avo on there.
Please do.
Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've just been ripping avo toast every morning. It's
Oh,
unreal. I've been
delish.
sleeping on avo toast for 22 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah, I never have it.
Freak.
Yeah, look, I'm willing to own it.
They have a fantastic avo toast at my work.
I've come round. Each year I try and make amends with like one food I've had beef with my entire life.
Mm.
Last year's was avo, and this year it's really taken it's
What's your food this year?
mushrooms.
You like them?
I'm coming around to them.
They're very tasty. I don't know why you don't have them.
Mm. I don't know. Just like I guess like just as a kid I was like ew, and then I just never ate them until
Till
now.
you became an adult.
Mm.
But like, I find it weird that there's like adults who are like picky eaters. Like, mate,
Right.
it's like you're 51. Eat your veggies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I used to happen all the time in our old work. Like, or even happens at my work now. Like, people don't eat their salad and they don't eat like the veggie bit.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, how old? Like, honestly, like, how old are you?
It's good for you.
Like, they just leave like the carrots out and stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
What?
Mm.
What?
I hear.
I think it's pretty soft.
It is
Pretty-
soft.
Pretty piss weak, if you ask me.
Grow up.
Grow up. Yeah. Let's just end on that.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Holy shit, if you made it to the end. You're a true fan.
You did well. You've done well. You've done well to sit through all that.
I need a nap after
I
that.
know.
I actually feel terrible.
I'm bounced. I am bounced.
Okay. I'm glad I vacuumed before I came down.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was.
if I had to go
That
upstairs
would have
and
been a big
vacuum.
effort to do that now.
Shit. All right. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening.
I'm Cody. This is Alexander. Have a good week.